Hey, welcome to a new video. This video footage has made many people think. The dragon flying over some mountains in China was reportedly observed in 2016. Although it's difficult to see, many people believe that this was a real dragon. Of course, there were also people who thought that the video footage was edited. But some people believe that because the video footage is from China, it would be possible that dragons exist there. It's also suggested that it might be a pterodactyl, a flying reptile that went extinct millions of years ago. Others say it may have been a promotional video for the series Game of Thrones. Are you new to this channel? Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And before we start, also like the video.
Disney romanticized mermaids in its cartoons, and when we think of this mysterious creature, we often imagine a beautiful woman with a fishtail. We also imagine them living their lives peacefully deep in the ocean. But do they really look as beautiful as we think? And the most important question is still whether mermaids really exist. It's hard to answer, but if the following video is to be believed, there is a real mermaid floating in the water here. Unfortunately, the video footage is not that clear, but it clearly seems to have a long fish-shaped tail and also has a human body. However, this was not the first time people captured mermaids on camera. But unfortunately, the quality of these videos is often on the low side, so it remains a mystery whether this was actually a mermaid or not.
The werewolf is a mythological animal that mainly occurs in European folklore. According to legend, the werewolf is a human being who at full moon turns into a wolf and then devours anyone it encounters in its path. In the following video, we are supposed to see a werewolf somewhere in Brazil, deep in the woods. According to the story, there would have been several sightings of werewolves, and so they decided to mount a camera. Unfortunately, the camera is made of a potato, so it's difficult to see, but it's clear that it's a large, dark creature. But I found another video in which a man walks his dog and suddenly meets a huge creature. No wonder why people believe there's werewolves. I mean, look at this huge creature. I really wouldn't want to come across that when I'm walking in the woods. If this is really a werewolf, I have no clue. What do you think?
The ocean is a scary place by itself, but according to a legend, a creature called the Umibozu is said to lurk there. The creature is of Japanese origin and means sea monk. What makes the Umibozu so terrifying is that he doesn't appear in the middle of the night or emerge from the eye of the storm, but he announces himself. When the water's calm, he shows his alien, giant black head and sends ships and sailors into the water and destroys them. It's also said that the Umibozu can grow as tall as 33 feet or 10 meters, and its appearance is marked by other ocean phenomena. Before it appears, sailors get a gnawing feeling that something's coming and a strange sensation in their stomachs. It's said that sailors refuse to go on the water if they even feel that something's wrong.
Here we see a reporter who was live on television, talking about the migration of birds, when suddenly something strange happened in the background. Many people believe that the bright spherical light in the background must have been an angel. Fortunately, the cameraman noticed it and reached quickly to capture the special moment. However, the spherical light only appeared for a few seconds, leaving all eyewitnesses curious and puzzled.
Every now and then, a photo or video comes along on the internet that makes you wonder if it's real. This next photo made the rounds on social media, including Facebook. However, this strange little creature gave everyone who saw it an uneasy feeling that maybe it wasn't made up. This tiny creature was reportedly found when residents of the village of Jodhpur Bawadi in western Rajasthan, India, drew water from a well. To show how strange and small it was, a man posed with the strange creature. If we were to compare it to any other living creature, it does indeed look like a small human being. As you can see, the creature's hands are equipped with 4 fingers without a thumb. Some theories claim that it could be a deformed fetus of an animal, but the picture remains a great mystery to this day. What do you think this creature was? Let me know in those comments. It's 1920, and the last survivors of an expedition led by a Swiss geologist named Louis Francois Fernand Hector Delois are reaching the banks of the Tarra River between Venezuela and Colombia. In the distance, they see 2 never-before-seen creatures that resemble large apes. And not just any monkeys, but monkeys that walk on 2 legs. The apes went wild when they saw the group and threw feces at them. However, the group of men managed to catch one of the monkeys. After the violent encounter, they took home evidence of the new species of ape. The geologist placed the bipedal animal on a wooden box and took a picture of it. The creature would be about 5 feet, or 1.5 meters in length, with human-like teeth. But the strange thing is that this ape wouldn't have had a tail. What kind of creature do you think they encountered here?
Mothman is a humanoid creature with huge wings that's known to fly and hunt mainly at night. The myth comes from the town of Point Pleasant from somewhere in the American state of West Virginia. Here, Mothman is said to have been observed several times between 1966 and 1967. The very first sighting would come from 2 people who saw a large creature with red eyes standing in the middle of the road. Another sighting happened at the Silver Bridge in Point Pleasant in December 1967. Just before the bridge collapsed, hundreds of people would have seen Mothman. In 2016, the Mothman would have been captured on camera again. This time, there were several pictures taken by a man who prefers to remain anonymous. The bizarre thing about the pictures is that they are authentic, and to this day, it remains a big mystery. The Mothman has even become so famous that it got its own statue.
In the following video, someone managed to capture an angel on camera at the top of a mountain. Unfortunately, we cannot find out whom or where exactly this was filmed, but we can clearly see an angel appear on top of the mountain and then disappear again. Although the quality of the video is not very good, you can see that it looks like a humanoid figure and changes into another form. Could this really have been an angel? In the following video, we see the head of a mermaid disappearing into the water. The video is said to have been shot at a small lake somewhere in Jamaica. When the creature comes out of the water, we see that it has long dark hair. The person filming it is shocked, and as a result, the mermaid disappears under the water. According to the story, the mermaid swam against the current, but according to the person filming the event, the current would have been much too strong for someone to swim into. Could this have been a real mermaid swimming away here? What do you think? If the following video is to be believed, angels can also attend rock concerts. This band from San Diego is said to be known for singing and worshiping God. Not surprisingly, an angel was seen on stage during a concert in Cedar Falls, USA. The man who took the picture could not believe it, and first showed the picture to the person standing next to him. Looking at what place the angel was standing, it looked just like it belonged in the band. The man immediately ran up to the stage to show the program director, and he too claims that the photo was not photoshopped. The following video footage was also filmed in China and went viral on Facebook in 2017 after people claimed to have found a baby dragon. The little green dragon lies in a box filled with hay, and after a while, it opens its eyes. Unfortunately, the original clip is only 9 seconds long, so not much information is available. Some people think it's a toy dragon, but others believe the dragon's real. However, there was someone who suggested that it might be an Olm, a salamander species that is thought to be dragons. But scientists say these salamanders are just amphibians and have nothing to do with dragons. Do you think this could be a real baby dragon?
Chances are, if you watched Peter Pan as a child, you're already familiar with fairies. But apparently elves also exist in real life. If the following video is to be believed, this tiny human skeleton, with skull, spine, and ribs, was found in a falcon's nest. These little creatures called pixies are very popular in Southwest England folklore. According to lore, they are elf-like spirits and troublemaking fairies. Usually like Tinkerbell, they are dressed in green, and you'll find them dancing happily under the light of the moon, to the tune of frogs and crickets. You might think that's as innocent as can be, but their favorite hobbies are scaring people and leading travelers down the wrong path. Even if you don't believe in these kinds of creatures, it still makes you wonder if this little skeleton is actually an elf. What do you think? If you know Bigfoot, then you also know the Yeti. The Yeti is a giant primate that's been sighted regularly in the Himalayas. The existence of both creatures is considered a myth by science, but there's video footage in which the Yeti has been captured on camera. One of the times he was spotted was in the Aegean Republic of southwestern Russia by a group of guests staying in the mountain hut. This group claimed they heard footsteps and the crunching of snow before investigating the source of the sound themselves. The Yeti waited, but quickly fled. To prove their findings, the group took a plaster cast of one of the giant footprints left behind. However, the Yeti would not live only in Russia.
Similar sightings occurred in Pennsylvania in the United States, and he was even captured on camera at night once. Other locals have reported more frequent reports of strange noises at night, and one couple said that they had seen a Yeti in their backyard.
The diver from Australia was enjoying filming some small fish in the ocean when he saw a figure approaching from the distance. The water looks greenish due to the algae, but what happens next is pretty scary. Out of nowhere, a mermaid appears and swims to the surface of the ocean. Could it be that there are human-like creatures swimming around in our waters? The diver also says that he was shocked when he encountered the mermaid. However, some people in the comments say that it's probably a person in a costume, but this has never been officially proven. The creature actually looks like a mermaid, but whether if it's a real one or not, we will unfortunately never find out.
Is it a plane, a big bird, or a real dragon? That's probably what people from the Chinese city of Xi'an were wondering when they saw something mysterious in the sky. We can see that it's huge, but could this be a real dragon? Some believe it must be a Shenlong, a spiritual dragon from Chinese mythology. According to the story, Shenlong could control storms and create rain. But there's also those who say the video footage is fake. For example, one person said it looked like a projector was playing in the sky, but others said that this was not possible to create this kind of big effects in the sky. There were also people who said it might be a scene from Pokemon or Dragon Ball Z. What do you think?
Now, angels are known to protect you, and if we are to believe the following footage from 2012, this is exactly what happened. The moment was also captured on a traffic camera. You can decide for yourself if this video is real or not, but we see an angel teleporting a man and saving his life. Now, many people are skeptical about this video footage. The man driving the truck panicked and got out to see what had just happened. However, the angel and the man who had been saved had disappeared without a trace. Could mermaids really exist after all? If we are to believe the following video from the YouTube channel Bluestone National Park Resort, it does. The video is only 5 seconds long, but perhaps this is proof that mermaids do not just appear in Disney movies, but are really the mythical creatures that can swim around in the ocean. The video was apparently shot from a family in Northampton, England, when they were on vacation at Bluestone. They were on their way to the island when their youngest son Tom was shocked to see something moving in the water. According to the story, he couldn't believe what his eyes were seeing. The video shows the mythical creature swimming away from the boat and eventually disappearing.
A gnome is another mythical creature that appears in countless fairy tales and is especially well known in European folklore. These creatures are known for their ability to make themselves invisible or keep themselves hidden from humans, so the chance that you capture one on camera is pretty small. Still, I found 2 videos in which it seems to have happened. Unfortunately, the camera quality is a bit jerky, but we can clearly see a gnome. Whether this is actually a gnome remains a mystery, but according to the old stories, there are small creatures living underground somewhere in the Middle East. Here's another video where its location is unknown, but if you look closely, you can see a gnome. Could gnomes exist, and have they been hiding themselves from people all these years? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. The following video got millions of views on Facebook and other social media after people claimed to have found a dragon in a remote location. According to the video, the dragon is said to be in the city of Magsaysay in the Philippines, but other articles say it's in China, or even Mexico or Yemen. So it's unknown exactly where this is, but we better ask ourselves, did this dragon just fall from the sky? Some people say it's a work of art created by an artist named Juan, but there are those who insist that dragons have really existed and that they could be alive even today. Not every place on Earth has been explored, but I think because of the size of the dragon, we probably should have seen them if they're real.
Believe it or not, but there are multiple reports of mermaids being spotted in the Philippines, and this next video could very well be real. According to the story, the mermaid is said to roam the waters of London Beach Resort in Gensan. A woman named Jovelyn Bolinas took out her camera and managed to film the back of a mermaid with blonde orange hair. In the video, you can hear people talking who are very shocked, but according to them, this would not be the first sighting of a mermaid. The mythical creature would appear to go ashore when high waves were present. Some say the mermaids even swarm the beach. Do you believe these people?
A werewolf is one of the most mythical creatures that exists in almost every culture. According to the stories, werewolves can look like normal people, but at night, especially when it's a full moon, they turn into creepy and dangerous bloodthirsty wolves. This next video footage is terrifying because someone caught a huge wolf hiding in the bushes. According to the man who had uploaded the video, this is a real werewolf and the creature regularly comes close to his house. So he decided to set up a camera and finally managed to capture it on camera. Take another good look at the creature. It seems to have a strong muscular body and glowing eyes. It might remind you a little of the werewolf we all know from fairy tales and legends. Maybe werewolves are real and even living among us, so be careful and definitely don't go to the forest at night, especially when it's a full moon.
The quality of this video is not very good, but according to many people, this is one of the most credible angel sightings ever captured on camera. The angel was seen at the Great Mosque in Mecca. In the video, we see the angel descending to the top of the Kaaba. It is thought that the angel showed up because there were many people praying at the time. The angel is said to have been seen for several seconds before finally disappearing again. Do you believe angels exist, or have you ever seen one? Let us know in the comments.
Disneyland is probably one of the most favorite places of children. However, if the following video footage is to be believed, there was a dragon captured on camera here. But after some research, I soon found out that it's not a real dragon, but an animatronic one. The video footage was taken for the new Fantasyland in Walt Disney's World Magic Kingdom in 2012. The dragon was a big surprise, and many children present at Disneyland that day thought it was a real dragon. It suddenly appeared in the sky and flew around realistically with its huge wings. But this wasn't all. He also spat fire, just like a real dragon. This was just a one-time event at Disneyland. The dragon was in fact introduced as the guardian of the new area. And unfortunately, this Disney dragon will never be seen again. But it must have been a special experience for those who were able to see the animatronic dragon in real life.
This video of two angels flying through the clouds in Boa Vista, a municipality in Brazil, went viral sometime in 2014. The fact that people managed to capture one angel on camera is already unique, but in this video, we see clearly two angels emerging from the clouds. However, some people believe that this was made with CGI. Unfortunately, we cannot find the original video of it, so we cannot verify this claim. But if these had been real angels, how cool that moment must have been for the man that captured this on camera.
The Loveland frog is known as the Bigfoot of the tri-state. What they have in common is their elusive nature and their resemblance to wild animals. While Bigfoot is compared to a bear, the Loveland frog is described as a frog that can walk on two legs. It was once captured on camera when a man named Sam Jacobs and his girlfriend were playing the famous game Pokemon Go. At that moment, a frog-like creature jumped up from about 13 feet or 4 meters. In shock and terror, they only managed to capture a few photos and a video before the frogman got up and ran away. The origin of the frogman dates back to 1972, when a police officer from Loveland, Colorado reported seeing a frog-like creature. According to the man, the creature stood up in the middle of the road on its hind legs, crawled over a rail, and then jumped into the river. In the following video footage, we see a Chinese dragon that seems to fly upwards and eventually disappears into the clouds. In the background, you can hear screams from some people, which makes the video quite believable. However, many people wondered why the dragon flew up. Others say that the video footage was edited and the dragon was animated. But that still didn't explain why people sounded so surprised in the background. Could the dragons have traveled through a portal to another world? Or where do you think this Chinese dragon went?
This has to be one of the most realistic videos showing a mermaid. Pretty terrifying if you ask me. In this video, you see fishermen panic when they see a strange catch inside their net. When the fishermen on the boat decide to lift the net, you can clearly see a humanoid creature emerge with mermaid-like hands. The fishermen try to grab the creature, but due to too much movement, the net falls back into the water. However, one of the things we can see clearly is the mermaid's hand that seems to be tearing up the net. Do you believe that the fisherman had actually caught a mermaid? Let us know in the comments.
Do you believe in gnomes? You can say that they're just little people and there's nothing unusual about them, because we also have people in real life who do not grow very big. But in this next video, someone apparently captured a real gnome on camera. The gnome appears to be straight out of a fairy tale. Yes, unfortunately the quality of the video was filmed with a crappy camera, but you can see someone very small and wearing unusual clothes. According to the video, the gnome supposedly came from the forest nearby and hides there more often. If you look closely, you can see that the little creature looks like a medieval wizard with a long hat and cloak. It's said that the main reason we never encounter these mysterious creatures is because they are good at hiding themselves. But this person managed to capture one on camera that may be proof of the existence of gnomes.
If you love horses, then you probably hope that a unicorn really exists. A unicorn is a mythical animal with a pointed horn in the middle of its head. The unicorn would have also been recorded on camera. However, the original video would have been removed from YouTube, and the location where it was filmed is unknown. But according to the people who believe in unicorns, this video is the most credible proof that unicorns really exist. If you look closely, you can see a brownish horse grazing in the middle of the lawn, but a little further away, we see a larger white-like animal that clearly has a horn on its forehead. I don't know if someone jokingly put an ice cream cone on this horse's head or if it's actually a unicorn, but if I'm honest, this video seems quite credible. Still, I have my doubts. Would this mythical creature be real? What do you think?
Here we see a descending angel, captured on a surveillance camera at a shopping mall in Indonesia. It's hard to believe, but we see an angel descending, only to eventually rise again and disappear. It is said that angels can take on different forms, and this video footage clearly shows that. Right after the angel is gone, a group of people come running to the scene to see what had just happened, but they were too late because the angel had already disappeared. If mermaids are real, have you ever wondered what their daily lives are like? If we ever meet one, will they be friendly, like Ariel? Or are they those terrifying creatures that lured ancient sailors to the depths of the sea? This video, filmed with a drone, shows several mermaids swimming in the ocean. They seem to be migrating to a different place in the ocean, just like whales or dolphins do. Some people say these are not mermaids, but other sea creatures. The movements that the creatures create does look like the way mermaids move. What do you think?
Many people wonder if Moby Dick was a real whale. It's believed that the novel was indeed inspired by true facts. The story is about George Pollard, a man who sailed his boat in the Pacific Ocean and was rammed by a huge sperm whale. However, this whale was said to have been white and has not been spotted since. But would an enormous white whale really have existed? That is the question. Another giant white whale seen in the Pacific Ocean in the 19th century was called Mocha Dick, and a story was also written about it. But what about nowadays? Do giant whales exist in the 21st century? It seems that they do, because recently, someone accidentally saw a huge whale, and everyone immediately called it a real Moby Dick. Albino whales are very rare, so it was a surprise to see the whale on camera. The man who was lucky enough to take a picture of him said it was a dream to encounter such a whale. In an incident in Ceilândia, East Central Brazil, a humanoid werewolf appeared on a security camera. In Brazil legends, werewolves are usually depicted as human-like wolves with long legs, with a muscular physique and a long tail. Their existence is attributed to a curse. When it's the full moon, humans can also turn into werewolves. However, there's another kind of werewolf that's even creepier. This is the lobizin, and unlike werewolves, the lobizin is described as a werehound or weather fox. It can walk on 4 or 2 legs, and although it's been spotted in Paraguay, Uruguay, and Brazil, it has rarely been seen on camera.
In June of the year 2014, a photo went viral that was claimed to be a real white dragon. There's little information about it, so people quickly became curious. The white dragon seems to have many characteristics of a real dragon, but most people had their doubts. The dragon seems to have horns with claws and a slender body about 10 feet or 3 meters long. According to an unknown source, a fisherman allegedly caught the dragon while fishing in the Wuliangsu Sea, a freshwater lake in Mongolia. It was then reportedly transported to Beijing for further examination, but unfortunately, this was the last news I could find about it. Some people think that the picture might be fake and that it's a realistic sculpture, but who knows?
The skunk ape, also known as Florida Bigfoot, is an ape-like creature said to inhabit the southern forests of the United States. A number of people claim to have seen this large hairy monster roaming the nearby forest several times. It's also said by many to have been one of the most credible sightings of a skunk ape. The creature is also said to love being around swamps. The skunk ape is also believed to be a cousin of Bigfoot, as it has many similarities and is very tall. This creature is especially popular in the southern United States, especially in Florida, and he is said to be sighted regularly. Some scientists believe that he really exists and that he lives in the forest there. Unfortunately, there has never been 100% proof of these claims, although there are several videos circulating of this monster. But skeptics say that this could also just be people who have dressed up.
At one point during a church service that was broadcast live, people saw something, which was hard to explain. Many people even got emotional because they saw several angels appear while they were praying and crying. Some worshippers became so emotional that some of them even fainted. In the video, we can clearly see a whole row of angels in white appear over the crowd in the building. Pretty impressive, don't you think? The main island mermaid photo is one of the most mysterious photos ever taken of a mermaid. After you see this photo, you are definitely going to wonder if mermaids exist. In this photo, we see how the mysterious mermaid is lying on the island. The photo was published on June 13, 1967, and the story goes like this. Several witnesses on a ferry saw something in the distance that eventually looked like a mermaid. They told that she had a long, silver blonde hair with the lower body of a fish. The newspapers that had published the article talk about a mermaid with dimples on her face. Some of the witnesses claim that they saw a mermaid take a bite out of a large fish. The mermaid was found on the northwest corner of Main Island, Helen Point in Canada. One of the papers called The Settler even offered $25,000 if someone could find evidence of this mermaid. Scientists would have inspected the site, but couldn't find anything. What do you think this would have been? This video footage was taken with a phone, and its quality is very low. However, this video is considered one of the most credible moments an angel was captured on camera. It is said to have been recorded in a mosque in Azerbaijan. The angel was seen when a number of people were praying. Some people think it could be a spirit, or that it's just sunlight. But some people in the comments of the video agree that it was an angel. Also, the video would be from before the time when people edited videos.
The rake is a creature first mentioned in ancient urban legend, describing that it hunts people at night when they're asleep. The rake has a pale appearance, with creepy eyes that stare at you. Sometime in the year 2000, a picture of a strange-looking creature that people think was the rake was posted on the internet. This was pretty big news at the time, because local news channels would have even reported it. But besides the picture, the creepy creature would have also been captured on camera. A man decided to explore a sewer near his house during the day, after he got the feeling something was hiding there. As you can see, the creature looks around the corner a few times and then disappears from the picture pretty quickly. People think this creature could have been the rake, since both of them look very similar.
Two friends from Israel allegedly captured a mermaid on camera. They initially thought it was a seal that was wandering on the rocks. This, according to many people, is the most credible moment ever that a mermaid was filmed. The boys had immediately called the authorities, but after investigating, they could find no evidence. All they had was the video footage where the mermaid notices the boy, and then dives back into the water. To this day, it is still unclear what exactly the creature was. If this really is a mermaid, that would be pretty cool. But in fact, it's kind of scary too. Do you believe that mermaids exist? Let us know in the comments. This next photo, where you can clearly see an angel, has a special story and was taken with a disposable camera. The photo was allegedly taken after a victory of a youth soccer team coached by a man named Doug, whose son was killed in a car accident on the way to the soccer field. When Doug saw this photo, he immediately said it was his son, Kyle. The man believes his son became an angel and appeared in the photo to say hello.
The abominable snowman, also called the Yeti, is said to be a giant primate species related to Bigfoot. The Yeti is said to live in the Himalayas, a mountain range with an enormous surface area in the middle of Asia. According to some scientists, there is still something walking around in the mountains. This mythical creature would have been described for the first time in Nepalese folklore, and footprints would have even been found. In 2016, however, evidence came from a skier who took pictures of a strange creature in the Spanish ski resort Formigal. Several people think that this would have been a polar bear, or maybe someone in a white bear suit. But a lot of people believe that this was actually the legendary Yeti. The pictures even made the worldwide news, but they searched the area the next day, and unfortunately, they couldn't find a single clue.
In the following video, a team from Animal Planet went looking for mermaids. After hearing that people had observed them on the northeast coast of Greenland, they went to study the sea via a submarine, and at one point they were shocked. As you can see, a strange creature swims up and puts its hands against the window of the submarine. The team of researchers who took these shots told their story in an Animal Planet documentary. According to them, there is a good chance that mermaids are real, but they can also look pretty scary. What we saw in the footage was definitely not a Disney mermaid either. So as one of the men looks around, we see flippers that appear to be from a strange creature. Could this half man, half fish be a mermaid? Or could the footage have been tampered with? What do you think?
Yowie hunters are known for always being ready to catch the mysterious creature. A number of people recently shared some bizarre theories about how a yowie managed to disappear when the fire started in the Australian forests. One theory suggests that the yowie is super fast, while others say that the beast can sense danger ahead of time and knows how to hide quickly. The last theory is the strangest because it says the yowie can transport itself in different dimensions. The hunters asked the authorities if they had ever succeeded in capturing a yowie, but they had not. Anyway, what do you think the creature is that they captured on camera here? Let me know in the comments.
One day, Corey was driving his truck to work in South Carolina, USA, when he decided to stop and look at something very unusual. He got out of his car and decided to livestream what he saw, because no one would ever believe him if he didn't. The man was literally speechless when he saw a cloud that looked exactly like an angel. Corey believes what he saw was 100% a real angel. What do you guys think?
There are tons of stories about a nocturnal creature that looks like a hairless dog with long legs, which has terrified people through the ages. This creature is called the Chupacabra, and in 2008, a mysterious creature that appeared to be similar was seen. The creature ran across the road in an unknown direction, but there is other evidence that the Chupacabra might actually exist. In 2014, a couple from South Texas, USA found a strange creature that had no hair in their backyard. They caught it in a cage and called authorities to identify it. However, no one could answer the question as to what kind of animal it was. Do you think this couple had managed to capture the legendary Chupacabra?
In the Scottish Highlands, there's a large and deep lake called Loch Ness. It's said to be the largest lake in Scotland in terms of volume and has an area of 56 square kilometers. The water here is very cloudy, and there's been stories circulating for hundreds of years about a long-haired monster which is called Nessie by the locals. Nessie is said to have been captured on camera in 1934, and this picture is one of the reasons why people believe this mythical creature exists. There's also more things recorded near the lake that people think could have been Nessie. Also from this video in 2007, which claims that it's a Loch Ness monster. Scientists combed the entire lake, even with sonar technology, but the evidence that Nessie existed had never been officially proven. It could be that this monster really exists, but so far nothing's been found besides the stories and the video images. Despite this, the area is a very popular place for tourists with restaurants, souvenir shops, and even boat trips.
In the year 2010, in a small village in Monterrey, Mexico, a small creature was captured that looked like a dragon. Many people were witnesses when they saw something flying through the air. By the way, this place is known to be superstitious, and it's even said that they saw witches flying. But apparently in this village, they've also seen dragons. Although the video suggests that it may be CGI, others said that it's probably a species of bird. It could possibly be a related species to the Draco mindonensis, or the Draco lizard. After all, these two look very much like a dragon, only they're much smaller. If dragons never existed, then these little dragons do come close. And who knows, maybe there were bigger dragon species in the past.
Even if you don't know what the rake is, it's better that you don't encounter one while exploring a deep tunnel system on your own. The popularity of this creature is said to have originated in 2003, when there were several reports in the northeastern United States. Everyone who encountered the creature described almost the same experience. The strange creature and the high levels of emotions they felt when seeing the creature, which were mostly of terror and discomfort. The person in this video was exploring a tunnel system when he couldn't find his way back and got lost. Suddenly, he got the feeling he was no longer alone. The same feeling of dread that others described crept up on him, and at some point, the rake appeared. Let us hope that this man's fate doesn't end like that of the others who encountered him.
The following video footage was taken by a man who noticed strange men in hazmat suits at a local park. What happened next will make you wonder if mermaids really exist, and if the government knows about them to hide them from people. The men are dressed in bright yellow hazmat suits, and appear to be taking someone out of the lake. At first glance, you see that nothing out of the ordinary is happening, but as the camera zooms in, we see a body with a dark green fishtail. Could this be a mermaid? It looks like the upper body is that of a human, and the lower body is that of a fish. The man is also trying to get closer with his camera, but at some point the men see him and he decides to run away. So unfortunately, we don't know what happened next.
In the following video, we see a dragon sitting on a tall tower. The person who captured this on camera said that he was able to get his camera out just in time to film the dragon and watch it fly away. Unfortunately, there's very little information available about the video. It seems that the cars and motorcycles on the street didn't notice the dragon either. We also couldn't find where this video was recorded, so it's up to you whether you believe this is a real dragon or not. The way the dragon flaps its wings looks pretty realistic, but it could have also been made by a talented person with the computer. If we're to believe the European folklore, fairies or elves are little mythical creatures that can fly and have supernatural powers. If you've seen the Disney movie Peter Pan, you might know Tinker Bell. Tinker Bell is an elf and Peter Pan's best friend. Some people even think they captured a real elf on camera. One day a man was playing with his kids in the backyard when suddenly he heard something strange. They walked up to it and this is what they saw.
What is it? I don't know. Oh my god!
Ugh. This, however, was not the only time a fairy was captured on camera. The following video was recorded by a security camera in someone's driveway, and if you look closely, you can see a little creature flying by. Of course, it could be an insect, but it looks a lot like a fairy. What do you think?
Glenn Thorman is a fire chief who was home with his wife one night. When he looked at his security camera the next morning, he saw that it had taken a picture of something that looks like an angel. His wife believes that this is a sign that their home has been blessed. Other people who are skeptical say that it's probably a large moth. However, if you believe in angels, this could be proof that they really exist.
Zhangjiajie is a city in China's Hunan province and is known for its landscape of high stone mountains. Over the years, these have been formed naturally by erosion, but there's something else mysterious here. It's believed that dragons once flew over this area. A number of Chinese were therefore surprised when they saw the following video footage. One day, an anonymous person managed to capture a flying dragon on camera. Little is known if this is real, fake, or something else than a dragon, but some people strongly believe that it is indeed a mythical creature. Dragons are part of the culture of China. They symbolize power, luck, and strength. Unfortunately, I couldn't find any more information about this flying dragon. Do you believe this video footage could be real or not?
This video is even more amazing and comes from Jerusalem, the capital of Israel. What this person had captured on camera was something very bright floating in the sky, above the Dome of the Rock. The Dome of the Rock is a historical Islamic memorial site, and so people believe that it was a sign from God. The light, which looks like an angel, moves slowly at the beginning, but then shoots rapidly into the sky. According to the person who made this video, this had to be a real angel, because what else could it have been?
Do you believe that one of these mythical creatures really exists? Let me know in the comments. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos we made, click one on the screen or take a look at the channel. Thanks for watching and see you next time.